Hi all, welcome to another video, and in this video I'll be talking a little bit about my um, asset sharing, or what is it called, document sharing repository that I've created on GitHub. So it's been some time since I've made the last video, so the videos that I've started uploading this year, at the start of this year, I thought of this as as like it would be something that I'd be doing every single day. I'd be uploading a video every day, or like every second day, but that hasn't quite happened. I mean, it was somewhat regular until say April this year, after which I had a few things happening on the personal side up until say September, and then it all just got delayed, and it's been very difficult for me to make videos since. So I believe I made one in November. Actually, I know I made one in November because that was when I had the my mustache, because the month November, what we call here in Sydney, Australia, as Movember, where all men grow mustaches and raise money for male men's men's health men's health awareness. Like, it's Men's Health Awareness Month, and they raise money for various men's health diseases. Like, for example, I was raising money for prostate cancer and testicular cancer. So that went well, and I raised about $280. And thanks a lot to my colleagues at the place where I work. I mean, sadly, it wasn't my immediate colleagues, but it was my colleague from the wider bank, and that's what really made the difference. I really appreciate that. And also, a shout out to one of my friends, Jennifer. She's amazing. We had a bit of an argument and things this year. Like, we didn't sort of end things on the best of terms. But when I did ask her as a friend to donate money for my charity, she was terrific, and she did donate. So thanks a lot, Jen. I appreciate that. Okay, so now that we've gotten all the introduction, all that out of the way, let's start talking a little bit about the asset sharing repository. The document sharing repository. So since I haven't made this, since it's been a while, sorry, it has been a while since I've made this video, so I'm not 100% sure on exactly what I shared about my document sharing repository on GitHub in the last few videos. So I'll just give it a fresh go, and I'll just talk about it in more detail and try to explain exactly what that is. So the document sharing repository on GitHub is a Java Spring Boot application that should show you, if you were to build a API that could that could allow users to upload objects onto AWS S3 storage. So it's public cloud storage. So I think the Azure equivalent is Azure storage. So, and AWS storage is S3 simple storage service. So yeah, so I haven't really been working this repository as much as I would like to, because I think all of November and most of October I could not work on that. I didn't have a single commit, I believe. November was completely blank. I know that for a fact, because November is the month where we have the end of year at the place where I work, at the bank where I work, and this was not the best year for me. In the review and all that stuff, it was like a really massive twist that I did not see coming. It was really weird. It was very strange, and I was completely shocked. And I'm still very surprised as to how could they have such a performance review when I've actually got written feedback from the people that I was working with this entire year, because I was assigned to a different team for another project, and the stakeholders from that project has given positive written reviews for me. And for me to actually go through this, I'm really jarred and jaded, and I'm just extremely confused as to what's going on. So that's part of the reason why I could not make any commits to my repository in November. So here it is. So now that I've started picking up, now that I've picked up on it, and I've started adding code to it. So here, I've started working it. So when I left that document sharing repository, the last I left it before picking up this month was that I could, you could create a user, and you could actually, you could create document metadata. So if you're uploading a document, you can create metadata for it, and it will save that in DynamoDB on AWS. All that logic was there, and I believe I also added this basic auth logic. So all endpoints are authenticated. So unless you've got the right credentials, you can't invoke any endpoints. So that was also added. I'm not sure if that works or not, because since I started picking this up, since I picked it up this month, I haven't tested that aspect of it just yet. Okay, so the DynamoDB aspect was done. So what I did today, what I spent some time working on and accomplished today was the document upload to S3 part. So I've written some code. I've got a new branch called add storage, and I'll put a link to that branch in the description of this video, so please check it out. And this code, what it does is, when you can upload a file with some metadata onto, there's an API that lets you upload a file onto AWS S3. So what it is that it's just a single endpoint, and what that endpoint does is that you can actually select a file. If you're using Postman, which I'm using, you can actually go to, let me see, where would you have to go? You can go to, it's a push request, and you can go to body, and in the body you select form data, and the key for the first thing you select file, and then type file, and then select the value as the value would be like a select file button that you can click and select file from anywhere on the computer, on the machine, and then you can add a user ID to it. So I've added that, and it successfully uploads a file onto AWS S3. So I've added that endpoint. In the coming days, I'll actually refine that further, and I'll add things like better error handling, and then sort of a way you can actually list all the items in the bucket, and also each user can create their own bucket. Each user has their own bucket, and then all the files are uploaded to that. Sorry, each user does not have their own bucket, but each user has the path for that file where they upload would be their username would append onto that file. So there is no concept of creating folders on AWS S3, but it's just where you can actually there's a put request, you can put an object, and one of the objects that you can put is a folder name. So the logic where I want to get to with this is that for a user, when you log in with your username and ID or whatever unique combination that you can do, you'll have a little folder on AWS S3, and all the files that you upload will be over there. So that's what I'm hoping to get to with this. So let's see how I go, and I'll keep sharing information. Hopefully I can continue making these videos, and keep adding the links to these repositories and in the description of these videos, and actually I can share more knowledge with the community. And hopefully I'm seriously contemplating, I'm very seriously contemplating resigning from my day job by the end of this year. So maybe 22nd of September or something. I'm going to give this a thought and see, because the environment has become extremely toxic, and but then again, I mean, I am thinking, like, if I leave here and I go somewhere else, now where am I going to go? I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same almost everywhere. In here in Sydney right now, I don't know a single person who's completely happy with their role, with the job that they're doing. So it is what it is. So we'll see how we go. But anyway, let's not talk too much about that. I'll end the video right here. Check out my repository for document sharing app on GitHub, Java Spring Boot API, and have fun. And until next time, live long and prosper.